Hey everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things. And I finished another book off the challenge. And I got a new cup. I'm drinking the flavored water, the juice flavored water stuff. And new favorite cup. Perfect for the Halloween season. Okay, so if you watched my last video, I painted my nails and I listened to the audiobook that I've been listening to, and I was listening to Mischief Nights Are Murder by Libby Klein. This is actually the 8th book in a series, and I don't think you really got any spoilers in this book other than you hear vaguely that somebody kind of went a little, crazy and left. But I don't know because I didn't read the other 8 books or 7 books. I want to now. I definitely do. I'm gonna have to put them on a future list because I need to know about the rest of the murders. So this one is fun because at the end, you get the recipes. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to have to remember that there's recipes on these so that I can make them. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to read the summary so that I know what I can give away and what I can't until the end. So first off, I want to talk about, check out what the book looks like. Isn't that, it screams Halloween. I finished this, in the beginning, the 23rd? September 23rd. So, the second day of fall, okay? This book is 12 hours and 2 minutes long, if you're listening to it. And, it's narrated very well. I liked listening to it, and I'm gonna just hold my thoughts. I'm gonna read the summary. I know I already said that. Okay. It's spooky season, and gluten-free baker Poppy McAllister and her Aunt Jenny are preparing some pranks for Cape May, New Jersey's annual Mischief Night at their B&Bs. Oh, B&B. But jokes and games are pushed aside when a killer strikes. It literally has the ellipses after that, dun dun dun. I feel like I could hear that. Okay. Poppy is none too pleased when her B&B is coerced into participating in Cape May's Haunted Diners tour during Halloween season. Though her knack for finding dead bodies has given the place a spooky reputation, the murder house is a completely The murder house is a completely undeserved nickname. At least, it used to be. While Poppy wrangles some guests who can't stop squabbling with each other, including a paranormal researcher, a very quirky pet psychic who freaks out her portly Persian, and an undercover tabloid reporter eager to catch her staff in a lie. One of them winds up face down in a plate of tiramisu, and now she has bigger worries than getting her house TP'd. Okay. So that's not the only mystery that's going on during this book. Okay. Don't give too much away. So it starts off all nice and calm. They're just planning they think that they're only going to be guests coming for the haunted tour thing that was there. She thinks that they're only going to be feeding guests at that. Like, it's just they stop by, they have a meal, they go on to the next place. But her Aunt Jenny is a little crazy, and she will do it's like the whole book she's trying to get a rise out of Poppy, and it's hilarious. This lady is like my new spirit animal, okay? Her and her biddies. Okay, so these other old ladies, they come over all the time, and Poppy calls them the old biddies. And, like, every time, like, they come over, like, all the time, almost every day. It's like they're popping over because they're friends with Jenny. And, at one point, they bring over a Jell-O salad, and Poppy's like, whoa, what's the what is this Jell-O salad for? Like, why are you walking in my door with Jell-O salad? And they're just like, don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what the Jell-O salad's for. But these old ladies are hilarious, and by the end, towards the end of the book, Poppy is like, she's 40. I think she's 40. She's like, I'm sorry that I always call y'all the biddies. That's not nice. That's not nice of me. I shouldn't name call. And one of the ladies is like, that's okay, sweetheart. And she pulls this, like, not leather, but like a jacket out. So, like, in my brain, I think of it as like a pink lady's jacket. That's what I see in my head whenever this happens. And she, like, holds it up, and she's like, thank you. And she turns it over. The lady turns around and says, Biddy in training. And it's hilarious. And so that's just part of the whole entire thing. Her aunt doesn't, like, you can't keep candy in the house because her aunt will just gobble it all up. And it's like, I need this for the trick-or-treaters. All, like, the whole book, she's like, goes to make something with the candy, and she's like, an empty bag. And her aunt's like, I don't know where it went. And I'm not going to tell you the whole book. I'm just going to tell you bits and parts of it. But the cat, or the pet psychic guy, the one that can communicate with the pets, he's awesome. I think that he's one of my favorite characters because at first you're like, no, this isn't true. By the end of the book, you're like, maybe he is talking to the pets. You have Poppy's cat, and he talks about how there's a raccoon, like, oh, well, the cat told me about the raccoon that's trying to get to the trash. He's being sneaky out there. Oh, the birds don't like where you put that pumpkin. You know, just different things. And then at the very end, he uses the cat's full name, and they're all like, yeah, okay, whatever. And they walk out, and then Poppy's like, she turns to the aunt, and she's like, did you tell him the cat's full name? And she's like, I don't call him that. And you're like, and then later, towards the end of the book, there's a little puppy. Oh, I guess she's not a puppy, a dog, a little chihuahua, okay? And he's like, well, Princess needs to go out to the bathroom. And nobody responds to him, and then the dog pees on the floor. And she's very embarrassed. And they're like, thanks. The guy who is murdered in her house, there are several people who could have murdered him. And I think even Poppy herself is a suspect for a little bit. And the detective in charge is an old school rival. She was like the head cheerleader, mean girl. You know, the typical cheerleader in all of the Americanized movies. Not all cheerleaders are that bad, I know. But that's how the movies make them. And yeah, so they're always kind of bickering, and they know each other so well that they can look at each other and be like have a whole conversation with their eyes like and so you hear some of their conversations like that. The I didn't figure out who the murderer blah, blah, blah. I didn't figure out who the murderer was. Like this was one I didn't figure it out. I was like, oh my gosh, it was. So keep that in mind whenever you go into this. If you want a mystery that you're like, oh, I'm not going to be able to figure it out, this is one for you, because I think that's one of my problems. Anytime I read or listen to a mystery, I'm like, oh, the butler did it. I mean, not specifically the butler, but that person did it. I can usually figure it out. And this one, it came out of left field. I was like, what? Although, thinking back, I probably should have listened to the cat. He was telling all sorts of things that I'm not going to explain that. Anyway, so there is a little romance in this book. It's not spicy. The most spice it is they kind of make out in the freezer, the pantry, something like that. Like, you don't hear any of the dirty thoughts, even though he whispered in my ear, and then I almost went home with him instead of my friend. I was like, what did he whisper? I want to know. But his little boy was usually around, so there is some family drama. His mom doesn't like Poppy, and her boyfriend's mom doesn't like Poppy, and when his mom gets hurt, Poppy goes and helps out at her restaurant, and then she finds out. Yeah. Drama. I thought overall it was a good book. Like I said, it ended with a bunch of recipes, and I'm going to have to go back and either get the book in paper, in book form so I can have those recipes, or I'm going to have to listen and be like, okay, write that down. Write that down. Pause. Write that down. Because these recipes sound like they taste delicious, and I would like to try them. Or maybe I'll get the whole set. There's 8 books, right? I don't know if there's going to be a 9th. I kind of feel like there should be a 9th. But not for the murder aspect, because I want to know if they get married or not. I'm not going to spoil why I think they should get married or not. I almost forgot the other mystery. Okay. Through the whole book, some people keep moving things in their yard and teeping things and adding things like little ducks, peeps or whatever they were, to the lawn of the inn. I was like, what's it called? That place that they're in. And the whole time, the whole book, Aunt Jenny is determined to figure out who these kids are. Apparently, the night before Halloween, I don't remember what they're calling it, but is the night where kids are allowed to be destructive within, reason in other, like, in the Halloween yards. And it's like a known tradition, okay? I think that's terrible, but they're saying it's a known tradition. But Aunt Jenny is like, this has been for a whole week and this is not allowed, and she is very upset, and she's just gonna she says to Poppy, those kids aren't gonna get away with this. And she's like, Poppy is busy, okay? She's like in the middle of doing 2 different jobs, or 3 or 4 different jobs, really. And she's like, I'll just ask Amber if I can have a favor later. And so, because she's like, is this going to be a legal problem? And so, the last time Amber, the cop girl, asks her, a cop lady, sorry, asks her to do a favor for her, she's like, okay, but you owe me a favor. And the cop's like, okay. And she's like, do you know what the favor is? And she's like, I'm not sure, but it might be some very scared children. And Amber's like, what? And she's like, I don't even know yet. The end of the book is hilarious, and it involves Aunt Jenny flying. And that's all I'm going to tell you, because if an 80-year-old woman flying from a tree, I just want to tell you, okay. If you don't want the spoiler, just skip ahead like 5 minutes, okay? Ready? Skipped, or you're staying. Okay, so Aunt Jenny comes flying out of a tree. There are bears in the yard around, like, they're doing stuff in the yard, and they are not moving very fast, and Poppy can kind of see them, and there's smoke starts coming out, like fog starts coming out, and the bears start getting a little, like, oh, like they're making sounds, and Poppy is like, oh, they're pretending to be ghosts? What are they doing? And like they're falling over each other trying to get away. And she's like, these bears are moving in slow motion. Am I sick? Is there something wrong? Like, did I get some eye drops or something in my drink? And then she sees Aunt Jenny fly out of the tree, and these bears are falling over themselves. And when everything calms down and they're unmasked, one of the ladies, they're the old ladies, they're the biddies, and Poppy's, her spouse that passed away, his mom, is one of them, and one of the ladies is like, dang it, Jenny, you made me bet my depends. Oh my goodness. It's the best. I love the old ladies. The old ladies were my favorite part of this whole entire. And then she finds out that one of the guys from the ghost hunting tour, or like the ghost hunting people that are staying, or group that's staying in the hotel, helped with some of the technology part. And then the man that runs the old folks home that the biddies are from, he helped out somehow, and then someone else helped rig one of the cook peoples helped rig the flying aspect. I was like, oh my gosh, I laughed so hard. It was the best. I don't even know. Yeah. Also, Poppy and her boyfriend go trick-or-treating with his son, and they're the Incredibles. It's so cute and lovable. And yeah, that's I don't know what else to say. I just gave away the best part of the book. Also, spoiler, the guy who died said that someone, like, he was there with his wife, and she was not his wife. And his wife shows up after he died. So, that was fun. Yeah, that is the Mischief Nights Are Murder by Libby Klein. That is the third book that was on the 2024 reading challenge. I am now reading, well, I'm still reading Fairy Tale by Stephen King. It really is good, okay? It's just a lot of pages to get through, and you're walking. It's like, if you ever read The Lord of the Rings, and like there's just scenes where they're just walking and doing, like, talking and going about, like, it's kind of how this one is. Like, it's a good story, but at the same time it's like, oh my gosh, we're still traveling. I didn't read Lord of the Rings in paper form. I listened to it. I am going to start reading Universal Harvester by John Darnell. I don't know. It's the shortest book on this list. Because, where is it? Oh, I looked it up. It's only 5 hours and 48 minutes long. If you're going to listen to it, you see what I'm doing now, right? It's got 214 pages. That's easy. I can finish this super fast. And off of the preteen teen challenge, I am starting The Bad Beginning from the series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. Okay, yeah. So stay tuned for all of those. I'm going to try to find more time to read. We have been learning about bats, so we've been reading about bats. It's really interesting. And kind of gross sometimes, but that's okay. That's all animals, right? Anything else? No, I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Like this video if you like this video. Give me a thumbs up. Comment below. Have you listened to Mischief Nights Are Murder? Or have you read it? I'm going to have to get the books. I'm going to have to get all the books so that I can just read one every year. They look cute. Not every year, but you know what I mean. Okay. Have you read any of these? I have read part of the Lemony Snicket series, but that was a long time ago. Like, I have this book, but it's in storage, and I'm trying to at least finish one of my challenges because we're in September, almost October, and I got a lot of books to read. I have 5 books on the preteen challenge, and 11 books on the adult challenge. I don't think I'm gonna make it this year, but I'm gonna do my best to try. Yeah. So comment below, are you doing this challenge? Are you doing a reading challenge? Are you struggling to do a reading challenge? And subscribe because it lets me know that you want to come back and watch some more of my videos. It makes me happy. I honestly don't follow any analytic rule type things when making videos. I just talk about with what I want to talk about, and I ramble. And so, yeah, if you're not sure if I'm someone you want to watch, you can click my face down here and it'll take you to my channel, and you can check out my other videos. I have a few playlists. Kid books, adult books, random reviews, nail polish, coffee. And share this video because someone else might need to know about Mischief Nights or Murder. It makes me really it makes me want to go more up north to do Halloween, or at least to visit during the Halloween season, because it sounds beautiful. That's all I have to talk about. I will see you on my next video. Bye.